Good evening, guys. So, tonight we will be talking about something more personal, something that I am personally going through. It's A lot of people are going through it actually, especially during this pandemic. A lot of people have been feeling anxious, and a lot of people are starting to get a lot of negative thoughts. And I'm one of those people, and I decided to reach out to a good friend of mine. He's also a mentor, he's a life coach, uh, and we will be having him here later as a guest. Yeah, we will be talking about anxiety. Uh, it will be coming from a personal standpoint, and if you could spare some time, if you're going through something and you have extra time, I think that you should watch it because Bam has always been able to help me. There's sometimes that we're feeling down and we don't know where it's coming from, and it's nice to get like a perspective from someone who's been talking about it for a long time. He's been doing it for a long time. He's been reaching a lot of people all around Asia, and I think the reason why I'm putting this out there also is because I want to reach the people who are going through the same thing as me. And yeah, and let you guys know that you're not alone. There are a lot of other people that are going through the same thing. And yeah, hope you stay and watch. See you later. Ayun, so sige, I'll get right to it. The past 2 weeks, I've been feeling a lot of anxiety, a lot of uncertainties, and ang nagiging result for me is I'm starting to get a lot of negative thoughts, a lot of negative self-talk out of it. Uh, it's parang and it's coming in like I'm not good enough. It's just
Okay.
it slowly creeped in on me, and
So what's that now?
what's difficult is for me I can't really pinpoint what's happening, and it's getting harder for me to like drag myself out of bed to
Yeah.
start my day. And the reason I wanted also to do this session with you and post it is because I'm sure I'm not the only one going through it, and I want to involve other people who really can't talk about it. At least they can get like a certain idea of what they can do or what's happening. You shed some light on the issues that they're facing, because nowadays we should be, especially now given the situation now, hindi na lang dapat yung physical health we're looking at. We should be also looking at our mental health, especially
Of course.
during this pandemic, because I've come across people na before the pandemic they seemed fine, but after or during this pandemic everything's changed, and that's including me. I don't know, it just slowly creeped up on me. I don't know if it's normal or what. So that's my current situation right now.
So, bro, sige, like usually ganito, no? Is it a specific thing that you're not able to do or that you're doing and you're labeling it as not enough? Because the statement "I'm not good enough" is general, but not good enough what? As a son, as a boyfriend, as a human being, as
It
as a content creator. Like what's a specific thing?
it's more on leaning towards as a human being in general. Parang I feel like I haven't been doing enough. I feel like
Okay, i-contextualize ko lang, bro. Uh, eh, this is just during the pandemic, during the
yeah,
lockdown.
it started like a couple of weeks back. So I think maybe week 6 of this quarantine.
I don't even know what week are we on, bro.
I think we're
Eight na
starting
ba
week
tayo?
8. We're starting week 8.
Oh my gosh, week 8. Okay, great. Okay, well, I guess, bro. I mean, just a quick reply to that. I've been coaching, helping a lot of people, including myself. Bro, alam mo naman the number one person that I coach is myself. So sabihin ko lang sa'yo, right off the bat, I have gone through my times where I also couldn't drag myself. I had to drag myself out of bed. It was difficult for me, Tim. I was also questioning, sinasabi ko, hey Karen, like, is this really happening? Like, there were times also, Tim, that I was waking up, pag gising ko sa umaga, sabi ko, maybe, like when I wake up in the morning, sabi ko, maybe it was all a bad dream yesterday. Maybe I wake up and everyone's still at work. I can still go out. But then I keep waking up, and it's the same day over and over again. It's the reality that we're all still on lockdown, that we're all still confined to our homes, that there's so much uncertainty about the world. I guess number one, it's that. Meaning, I totally relate with you, bro. I guess to also let you know, Tim, na it's 100% um ano to, it's 100% okay and natural to go what you're going through. Clear yun, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not an unusual. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to make your case a little, lighter. But I'm saying at least alam mo, bro, hindi lang ikaw dumadaan dyan. So, hang in there. That's one. Um, a second point. I have a second point. Um, oh yeah, second point is this, bro. There's a thing called, collective consciousness. Collective consciousness is um, it's you also getting a general parang feedback or feel of what's happening in the world, Tim. And in the whole freaking world, there's a lot of anxiety happening now, Tim. Okay? Hindi ko nga alam. I don't even know what the case is with your family at home. Like, what's the general experience of your parents, of your brother, whoever else is there with you. But I would say, if you were in an average home, the average household will be experiencing extraordinary stress flow. But not everyone is able to express or, share about the stress. Not just your home. Sinasabi ko, bro, because you're on social media, kapit mo yung people might be posting stuff online that's, okay, but underneath that, a lot of people are going through anxiety talaga. So that's another thing that's affecting you energetically. Meaning, kamusta yung mga kaka-work mo sa Globe? How are they all doing, man? I mean, they have families to feed. Some of them are single. Some of them, they don't live with family also. Solo lang sila. They're providing for 5 children, 6 children, nag-aaway sila ng mga mag-asawa. They're fighting with their in-laws. There's a whole lot of stuff that you're also involved in. Kaya nga sabi ko, they call this not to sound like you, but they call it like entanglement in quantum physics, meaning you're connected with a lot of people. You feel their joy. I see you kasi sa office, diba, you're posting pictures.
Yeah.
You're so connected with a lot of people there. But also, pag bumagsak sila, you also somehow feel that pain, bro. So, and not a lot of us think, ganun ba yun? Kala ko sarili ko lang na I'm the only one feeling it, but you're also getting that, right? So at least those two things to start off with, Tim. Now, it's natural and normal for you to go through those times when, like, what the heck is happening? Because your routine was also cut, brother. Meaning, alam mo na yung routine mo for the past, what, 5, 7 years? I don't know. Medyo nag-clockwork na yung subconscious mind mo, alam na eh. And now, all of a sudden, for like the whole world, almost the whole world, like everything just stops for us. That rattles us, bro. So I'm saying, what's the rattling? The rattling is like, okay, I will, like the first week was like sort of like, for me, it was anxiety. Like, what is this? Diba? The world, they looting, baka may mangyaring nakawan. People were going crazy. They were panicking. Toilet paper, right? The second week, it was sort of like people were settling in. Nagsisettle in na sila, okay, that's what the first week was like. We survived. It was gonna be martial law. It was gonna be kung ano-ano naririnig natin eh.
Yeah.
But guess what, bro? That contributes to the stress that you're experiencing. I don't know, nanonood yung family mo ng news. Magkaka-lockdown, it's gonna be martial law, nawawalan na ng food. Ito. Plus people are dying of the virus. That gets into your subconscious as well, bro. Eh. So, I mean, having said that, I guess, to realize that because you're also a very emotional human being, mararamdaman mo yung Tim, But now, I guess, if we were to, sige, maybe I'll ask you muna to perhaps respond to what I just, threw at you, and let me know yung thoughts mo, anything that you resonate with, or, I don't know, aha moment.
Yeah, no, for me, it made a lot of sense, especially the part wherein you said that yung routine ko, my routine suddenly changed. My routine is suddenly like just waking up from my bed and just directly sitting on my chair, doing my work. And I guess I also miss the human interaction because I made a lot of good friends at work. So I kind of miss that part wherein we would ride to work together, we'd go home together, maglolokohan kami, then we will work, and then I don't know, maybe it's in my nature. In my nature kasi is I like being around people. Most of the time I like being around people, and I have my pockets of me time wherein I just keep to myself. And what happens is when I have too much of that being on my own, I tend to get stuck on my mind, in my mind a lot. And that's when it starts. So I don't I don't like being stuck in my mind for a long time because dun pumapasok yung me overthinking. It starts the negative self-talk for me. And now being alone,
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it is an effect of, being here on the lockdown. Parang ano yun, Tim, like at the start of this whole ECQ thing, a lot of people were excited. Iba-ibang journey, A lot of people were excited to exercise, to do online courses, like myself included. But that's why I shared on my YouTube channel as well. But there'll be times na, you just won't feel productive. You just won't feel like doing your vlog or exercising or doing your course. You're not just as motivated. But I keep reminding people, bro, it's okay, But also, this is where maybe it might shed some light, brother. I mean, how are you treating yourself? Well, I kind of already know the answer, but it's sort of like a rhetorical question. But like, how are you treating yourself when you aren't as productive as you think you should be? It boils down to that, bro. It's like you're measuring yourself against a very how can I say, a hard to measure up to yardstick, parang ganun, unrealistic yardstick. Na there's a certain output or outcome that you have to be or you have to do, Tim, for you to approve of yourself. Does that make sense?
yeah. Actually, I caught myself measuring myself with almost perfection.
So I guess, my point there, Tim, is you're starting, but it's important for you to just keep going and be aware of the metrics that you're using, the measure, but also to be realistic. Parang ano yan eh. It's not a apples to apples, but you're working out, so you know what it's like to work out, man. Like you do one day of arms and one day of chest. That's the next day, sabi mo, I've got okay na siguro to. And you're like, how come hindi pa din okay? Then you do it again, and then there'll be times, hindi ba, you gotta keep doing it for forever.
Yeah.
And then meron pang diet yan. And then meron pa yung enough sleep. Until you get a result, that's the realistic, the big picture. So yeah, I want to hear your thoughts on all of this. I don't know if that made sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, especially on the part of content creation and on building my passion. And it's what worried me then is it used to be a picker upper for me, doing
Yeah,
this.
and then suddenly now parang you're not as passionate,
Yeah.
you're not as excited to produce it, right?
Yeah, but when I start, it's hard for me to start. But when I start creating, it goes back. It goes back like I just have to push myself to grab my camera, set up my lights, and when I do that, it flows. So it helps a bit,
Yeah,
but it's the part of, again, after doing it, I have to go to sleep, and then waking up the next day, it's hard again to pull myself out of bed. What I'm saying is, ang hirap ng bumangon dahil the moment I open my eyes the past couple of weeks, I'm bombarded by all this negativity that I feel, that I don't want to be feeling anymore. And I tried a lot of self-talk, positive self-talk, and it works, but it doesn't work all the time. And I think what I want to learn now, or maybe other people who are watching this could also do, is what if that positive self-talk sometimes doesn't work? What else is there to do? What can I do further to help me get through, dig myself out of that?
yeah. Well, you know, that's a sobrang major thing, and that's a very major thing. Like when we say, I mean, for those who are watching, I guess, and they're like, "What's positive self-talk?" It's really a lot of us we program ourselves from a certain age up to as adults. You know, words that we say over and over again, like "tanga ako," "mahina ako," "bobo ako," or "I'm not good enough," and it gets so programmed because you repeat it often enough that you start believing that's who you are. Like, umalas ako sa relationship, you know. And then what Denise is talking about is now creating a new experience of changing the way you speak, right? But for some people, it doesn't happen. But it doesn't happen like that. Why? You can't be going through years of negative self-talk and then suddenly of saying like, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm comparing myself to people, and then suddenly you put your hand on your heart, say, I'm good enough, and then okay, it doesn't work that way. Of course, it takes repetition. Plus, it has to have a lot of emotions when you're doing it. Then, you know, that's why when I'm coaching people and they say, I understand what you're saying, Bam. I understand, coach. I say, you don't understand, you know, but you understand it in the head, but you're not getting it in the heart. That's where the biggest gap is, Tim. You know, it's not an exercise you just do like rote routine, but you've got to get into the emotion. You know, energy in motion, emotion. It's so important that there is it. Now, for me to be able to do this, I might not be an emotional guy. So what do I do? You've got to find someone or something, perhaps at external. One example, someone who you emulate or you admire or you inspire to be like, and then you watch them over and over again, or a piece of content that you see online. Diba? Minsan, you share content that gets to your heart. Like, why is that? You're a very emotional guy, man. I mean, why is this touching my heart? Well, there's your clue, Tim. Yun yung clue mo eh. It's touching my heart. But you have to keep following the breadcrumbs. A lot of people don't do that. Ano yung ibig sabihin? Like, there's one breadcrumb, it's an affirmation. There's another breadcrumb, which is what? Perhaps it's, gratitude. There's another breadcrumb. What is this? Perhaps it's forgiving people. Okay. There's another breadcrumb. What's that? Perhaps it's understanding you're never going to be perfect, but it's always about progress. There's another breadcrumb. That's what? Like, what are you feeding your mind every day, right? What are you consuming? Content, videos, books? Are you attending seminars or webinars? And this is not to make you feel bad, but it's just to say, diba, Tim, for you to have an output that's affirming and encouraging, kailangan may input ka eh. Like ako, in the morning, it's a habit of mine already. I've got this, I have a spare phone. I filled it up with ang dami kong audiobook, like for a, how much is it? Like $3 subscription or $4 per month. But I've got tons of subscriptions, and I listen to it. It changes my state. So you want to go to a change, Tim? Like ngayon, like I'm watching you now. I want you to sit up straight, Tim. Try mo to. Sit up straight. Try mo, right? And then I want you to, like, that's it. I mean, tingnan mo, I didn't even, you didn't notice this, bro. I didn't ask you to smile, but do you know that you smiled?
Yeah, yeah.
That was not the instruction. gusto ko sumimangot ka. But see, look at your smile. But bro, I mean, I hope you're recording this, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What the heck was that, fam? It was just like, it's this thing, man. It's muscle memory, and I hope you remember, people watch this. This is muscle memory. Yeah, this is what's been happening. It's muscle memory. The moment that you freaking get the snap out of it, just sit up straight, put up that smile, right? It automatically shifts you, right? Now, I'm not saying that it's always a choice, bro. Like, you have to be realistic. But bam, do you have days when you're, of course, like I was really, really not in a good state 3 hours ago. I don't know why. I just wasn't in a good state. I wasn't happy. I wasn't grateful, right? But then again, now I'm noticing I'm learning to shift. But one of the most important things people can do is just check their physiology, bro. This is something shared in seminars over and over again. How you're sitting, you know, moving your body like throughout the day. I did this in one of my webinars, Tim. Sabi ko, set an alarm, 13 Pomodoro, whatever works for you, where every 30 minutes you're moving, you're doing something, linisin mo ulit yung aparador mo, your closet, your CR, I don't know, but you've got to be constantly moving. Because once you lay down or sit still, bro, that's when you start feeling lethargic. I know, kasi ganun din ako eh. Like, there are days I was just lying down, it's like I feel like sick. I feel like I'm not good. Bam, you feel sick because you're freaking not moving your body. So today, I know what shifted me, bro. I know what shifted me today. 3 hours ago, I was thinking, okay, I worked out. I got my weights. I put on my YouTube workout, and I did, my workout. And after that, nag-shift ako. It's the body is so important to move in. That's one of the things I guess another thing that I can share aside from just affirmations.
Yeah, I I I remember you talking about that in one of your seminars. And true, kasi maybe lately I've just been sitting around on my chair.
But Tim, I have a word to say this. I mean, we did this talk with Mind Valley last year. Si Ezekiel,
Okay.
Filipino, and he was saying, he practices jujitsu or some martial arts, and he was saying, sabi niya, and they have a multi-million dollar company dun sa Malaysia, that's where they're based. And sabi niya, if one thing that I've learned through the years, because I was interviewing him backstage, is that once you get to have control of your body, of your physiology, which Tony Robbins talks about, so your whole life will change. But if you don't, hindi mo ma-master physiology mo, because whether it's food has power over you, the couch has power over you, diba? Mind over mattress. Remember that saying? The mattress has power over me. So it's important to be able to know nga, no? I just haven't really taken 100% responsibility for my body, like to move and to do stuff.
Great. Thank you for that reminder. Because
You're welcome.
the past couple of weeks I've been finding it hard to work out also. Yeah, the past couple of weeks has been really, really difficult. It's been harder and harder. So I've been trying to catch myself. I've been reading, I've been meditating a lot, and
Good.
it usually helps, but it's that start of the day, and I don't want to be feeling like it anymore.
Yeah, but also here's another way of looking at your situation, Tim. I mean, definitely, bro, gawin mo yon. Do that. But that's the same side. That's the other side of the same coin. On the other side of that coin, so for sure, gawin mo yon. Get your mojo back, get your rhythm back. But on the other side of that coin, it's also now life is giving you an opportunity, bro, to practice. Which we share over and over again, bro. To practice compassion on yourself. Like there'll be days you feel like crap. There will be days you don't have the mojo, you don't have the rhythm. How do you treat yourself then? No. Yun ang importante. It's at that moment that you're there, it's just an opportunity for you to say like, hey, here I am again being so hard on myself. So who is this speaking? Oh, it could be my dad. It could be my mom. It could just be me. Sobrang taas ng standards ko sa sarili ko. Here I am again. It's either so what's a very dreadful flip side there? The moment that you become incapacitated to work for whatever reason, you're paralyzed or whatever. Example lang to. Then what? You have no value anymore. It's such an extreme example, Tim. But I'm saying is, people have to understand, where you pull your value from, right? That's so important for bakit, because once you understand, it's not whether I'm working out that I have value. It's not when I'm online and producing content that I have value. This has been my struggle, bro. That's why I speak passionately about it. Ang sa akin naman, to me, I only have value when I'm doing seminars. The moment, like, I'm helping like 100 people in a seminar room, breakthrough after breakthrough, Tim. The next day I'm happy. Like, yeah, that week I'm happy. Next week I don't have a seminar. I feel like it's still not enough. I've got to be doing this every week, or not. Like, parang it doesn't count anymore, all those good things that I did. But just like ikaw, like you're discounting all the good things that you're doing as well. You're missing that side growth. There's a lot of things that you're doing that, like ito, having this conversation with me, reaching out, messaging. I think that's a super big win. To be able to reach out and have a conversation and help, not just that, but have the intention of sharing this with a lot of people. Sino nakakaisip ng ganon? You are. You're the one thinking about this. How does that make you feel? You get me, Tim? Ang dami mong wins eh.
I have to not focus on getting like the affirmation I need from other people, and just start focusing on giving it to myself. So
Exactly.
but yeah, I have to help myself, because again, I should practice what I preach, because what I tell people is, how can you love, how can you expect love from others if you don't love yourself? Again, it's me being the perfectionist, that when I backslide a bit, when I go back to that hole, I start beating myself up again, not acknowledging the fact that I already dug myself out of that hole. And then when I went back, it's like, I'm not good enough. All this negative self-talk. So I feel like
But
I've been going back to ground zero over and over and over again. And I just don't want to reach that point wherein I will be demotivated to dig myself out and just live in the hole. So that's when I really thought of reaching out to you.
yeah. But bro, here's another reality check. Tim, na the reality check. Kailan ka ba sa 30 years old? When are you turning 30?
In 2 years.
Yeah, so great. So bro, here's the realistic expectation. In 2 years, in your 30s, bro, it might be painful to hear, but you will still go through not good enough. In your 40s, eto guarantee to din. I'm guaranteeing. In your 40s, it'll still be not good enough. In your 50s, but here's the good news, Tim. In my experience, and I don't know what your experience will be like, but I'm just saying, para when it comes at 30 or 40, but you won't beat yourself up. Because no one, ako bro, I've worked with, I don't the top coaches and CEOs and trainer. Everyone has an insecurity. Everyone still has their fear. Everyone goes through their own depression and that. Bro, lahat. I've never met someone, unless they're such a good faker, bakit? Because that's what also gives you your power as a human being. Sasabihin ko sa'yo, the moment na sabi mo, bam, I'm 30, I'm Superman, bam, wala na, well, that's the moment people lose connection with you. So sa akin, these moments of, weakness, whatever you want to call it sa atin, it always, for me, we don't see it, Tim, eh. Ako, like, ngayon, I go through my moments of weakness. Why do I have to go with this Lord and all this stuff and all this crap? But then he says, haven't you realized those times that you're like now, Tim, but those are the moments where you get uplifted. Those are the times where the universe, God, whatever, comes to you and gives you support. but not those times when we're very arrogant or proud. We've got it all figured out, you know. Doon tayo nilalayo ng Joshua eh.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Like nagka-aha moment ka ba doon?
Yeah. I mean, it's been a while
There
since
you go. That was it. That was that breath that had to come out.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've been like an advocate, so to speak, of that also, that you should allow yourself to feel the pain, feel the sadness, but never to dwell on it. And I can't, I looking back, didn't imagine that I would be back in that place wherein I'm dwelling on it. It got to a point where it's hard to convince myself.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's when I realized that yeah, I have to really talk to someone about it. As in, talk in detail, talk deep. Yeah, it's just been very hard lately. So, kasi there's external eh. My external na, yeah, I got to inspire people, but the internal is what I'm struggling with.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yep.
So, yeah, I think it's so nice to be able to get it off my chest and just talk about it openly. It's not just about the content part, it's about my life, because I don't want to put my life on hold because of this, because of what I'm feeling. But I think I've allowed myself enough to feel it and just starting to work on getting through it more. I've done, it's like I don't want to dwell on it anymore, so I have to be really mindful and up that self-awareness a bit more. So when I start falling, I
Yeah.
get to catch myself quicker. So I don't have
Yep.
to dig myself out of that deep hole.
Yeah. They call that the refractory period eh. No? Parang before an event happens to him, nag-react tayo and we hold that grudge or that low energy for 1 year. But with a little bit self-awareness, that event happens, naging 6 months na lang. More self-awareness, that event happens, naging 1 month. More self-awareness, that refractory period becomes 1 week, 1 day. Paiksi ng paiksi. You get me?
Yeah.
So, because there's more self-awareness that you're, which we're all getting through, but it doesn't mean you reach a stage where you're like, and everything is okay. But it will be, to be realistic lang. At least ba pag may kinoach ka in the future, if you coach people, they say, oh, I thought I was already okay. But that's an illusion to think that we're okay, you know. But part of life, part the part of being okay is not being okay. That's why we say it's okay not to be okay. But that's the whole part of the cycle eh. But sometimes nag-iisip tayo, oh, Bam, I have to always be motivated, I always have to be inspired. No, you don't. No, you don't, you know. But you still, but those are the times where you have opportunities to learn and to grow yourself and to go inside and find what is the need that needs to be met. Okay, maybe it's my need to know that I'm being too harsh on myself and that I just need to be a little bit kinder. I need a little bit more an acceptance of for myself. So yun lang bro. I mean, finding that, and it's a lifelong journey, man. But at least you'll be able to remember these moments, you know, conversations like this, and also you being able to catch that, you know, that mind running away from you again.
So yeah, it's been great reconnecting with you, and I
Likewise.
thank you for giving me your times. Like, how long has it been since we had like a conversation like this? And
Tagal. It's
tagal
quite a
na.
while.
So thank you, man. Thank you, bro, for your time. And
Thank you also,
it's
Tim. God bless you, bro. Take care, man, and thanks
been
for reaching out.
been great. It's always a pleasure talking to you. And thank you for
Likewise, bro.
doing what you do. And thank you. Yeah, that's it for me. And I learned a
Welcome,
lot.
bro.
I learned a lot again, as usual. And I'll update you. I'll update you, bro.
Sure, bro. Thanks,
Thank you.
Tim.
Thank you. Good night.
Night, bro.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. So there you have it. Thank you for watching. And if you feel like it's something that you resonate with, feel free to contact me. I will leave my Instagram handle down below. You can contact me through there, or you can search me on Facebook, Pimi Hanato. And I just felt the need to really talk about it. And I figured that I could post it as well, because there might be people or a person out there who needed to hear our conversation, was going through something similar. So it might help that one person, and that will be great. And yeah, thank you for watching. Peace.
I've been pushing away everybody I love. I don't know what to do. Need a sign from above. I just want to be somebody who knows how to behave.